Jai Mahamaya Ki Jai, Boli Baba Ki Jai. In the last chapter we read about the origin of the Ganges in the chapter 11. Now we'll go on to chapter 12. Narayana said, "Oh Narada, now about this meditation of the Devi Ganga as per Kanva Saka, which destroys all the sins. O Ganga, of white color, like white lotuses, thou destroyeth all the sins of men. Thou hast appeared from the body of Sri Krishna. Thou art powerful like him. Thou art very chaste and pure. Thou hast worn the raiment uninflammable and decorated all over with ornaments made of jewels. Thou art more brilliant than 100 autumnal moons. Thou art also well pleased with a smile on your lips. And thou art always of steady, youthful beauty. Thou art dear to Narayana, calm and peaceful, no temper, and proud of being with his fortune. Thou bearest the braid of hair, decked with garland of malati flowers. Thy cheeks are anointed with sandal dots, with sindoor bindu, and well adorned with various artistic lines. Thy garment and thy beautiful lips are more red than that of a ripe bimba. Thy teeth are nice, as it were, and vie with the rows of pearls. How lovely are thy eyes, how delicate is thy sidelong glance, how close are thy breasts like belfreds. Thy loins are thicker and more solid than the plantain trees. How do thy feet look beautiful, defying the beauty of the ground lotus. How do the red sandals look lovely with kumkum. What a red tinge thy feet have shown with the honey of the parijata flower that is seen on the head of Indra. The devas, the siddhas, the munis offer always offerings with rice and durba grass at thy feet. The ascetics bow down at thy feet, and it seems as though so many lines of bees on thy lotus feet. O Mother, thy lotus feet give liberation to those that want mukti, and enjoyment to those who want bhukti. O Mother, thou art the boon, thou art the chief excellent. Thou grantest boons, and thou showest thy favor to thy devotees. Thou bestowest Vishnu Padam, but thou hast come from the feet of Vishnu. Thus meditating on the Devi Ganga flowing by three routes in heaven, earth, and infernal regions, the bestower of good things one should offer to the Devi 16 things. An asanam, pada, argya, water for bathing, ornaments, dupa, deepa, incense and lights, Naivedya, offering of food, betel, color water, clothing, ornaments, garlands, sandal paste, and archmania, water for sipping, and beautiful bedding and worship her with these. Then with folded hands one should perform strota to her and bow down to her with devotion. Thus the worshipper gets the fruits of many sacrifices. O Narada, now I am narrating the strota of the Ganga Devi that destroys all sins and bestows all religious merits here. I bow down to the Ganga who appeared from the body of Sri Krishna, enchanted by the music of Shiva, and who was bathed with the perspiration, the water coming out of the body of Sri Radha. I bow down to Ganga Devi, who first appeared in a circular dance in the region of Golaka, and who always remains with Shankara. My obeisance to thee, Devi Ganga, who remains in the auspicious Rasa Mandalam, crowded with gopas and gopis. In the full moon night of the month of Kartik, she is 1 koti yogan wide and 1 lakh times 1 koti yojana wide in the region of Golaka. My obeisance to her. And Vaikuntha Ganga is 6 lakh yoganas in width and 4 times that in length. My obeisance to her in Brahmaloka. Ganga is 30 lakhs yojana wide and 5 times as long. I bow down to her. In Shivaloka, she is 30 lakh yojanas wide and 4 times that in length. I bow to her. My obeisance to Ganga Devi in Kailasha, who's 1,000 yojana wide and 100 times as long. I bow down to Ganga Devi, who is known as Mandakini in Indraloka, and who is 100 yojanas wide and times that in length. My obeisance to Ganga Devi, known as Bhagavati in Patala, who is 10 yojana wide and 5 times as long. I bow down to Ganga Devi, known as Alankananda in the earth, who is 2 miles wide, in some places more wide, and some places less wide. I bow down to Ganga Devi, who was of the color of milk in the Satya Yuga, the color of the moon in the Treta Yuga, the color of white sandal paste in the Dwapara Yuga. I bow down to Sri Ganga Devi, who is water in the Kali Yuga in this earth, and as milk in the Kali Yuga in heaven. O child, by the touch of the one molecule of the water of the Ganges, all the horrible sins incurred in 10 million births are burnt to ashes. Thus I've described this great strata of the sin destroying and the virtue increasing of Ganga Devi. He reaps the fruit of the Ashmeda sacrifice who daily sings this praise of Ganga after worshipping her with devotion. There is no doubt in this. The persons that are without any sons get sons hereby, and those who have no wives get wives. O Narada, with this strota hymn did Bhagirathi praise the Ganga Devi, who went with him to the spot where the Sagara's sons were burnt to ashes by the curse of Kapila. By the contact of the wind, in touch with the particles of water of the Ganges, those sons of Sagara were instantly freed of their curses, and they all repaired back to Vaikuntha. She is named Bhagirathi because Bhagirata brought her to this earth. Thus I have described to you, Narada, the story of Devi Ganga. Jai Mahamaya ki jai, Vishveshwari Mata ki jai, Bole Baba ki jai.